In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can create an image that you can drag and drop into two different containers by using the HTML drag and drop API. We're going to start with our HTML file, and in the head, I have my CSS and JavaScript file linked, and also have this YouTube image, which I'm going to be using to drag and drop. We're going to start by creating the first container, which is going to be a div, and it's going to have a class of drag container number 1 because this is the first container. Now we're going to have non-drop here and also on drag over. And for the on drop, we're going to name the function drop and also event inside of the brackets. And for the second one, we're going to name it allow drop, and it's also going to have an event. And now we're going to copy this and paste it under and change the ID here to number 2. So this one's going to be the second container. And inside of our first container, we're going to add an image, or you can add an element if you want to. Or you can even add this to the second one. It depends where you want the element to be at the beginning. We're going to add an attribute, which is called draggable, and I'm going to set it to true. And then we're also going to add on drag start. This one's going to be set to drag and also an event here. I'm going to add an ID of drag item, and I'm going to set this one to have a width of 100 pixels, which you don't have to do. Now that we're done with our HTML, let's style our drag containers so we can actually see them. So let's open our CSS file, select the first one and then also the second one. We're going to start by setting the width to 100 pixels, the height to 50 pixels. We're going to add some margins, so there's going to be space around our containers. Let's add some padding, so let's do 5 pixels and then 10. I'm going to add a border of 1 pixel solid, and then this red or dark red. I'm going to set the border radius to 4 pixels and the float to left. And this should be it. So now let's actually open it. And this is what it looks like for me. So it should look a bit different for you because you're most likely not going to have the same image as me. If the image doesn't look very good, then try changing the width and height of the container and also the padding. Or you can try changing the width of your image, which is why I set it to 100 pixels. So if I remove it, you can see that this is what it looks like. So play around with the sizes of the images and your containers. Hopefully your image looks good by now. And now that we're done with our CSS, let's move on to our JavaScript. So we're going to start with creating a function, which is going to be called allow drop. And inside of here, we're going to write e, and that's going to be equal to event. And all that we're going to write is e.prevent default. The second one, or the second function, we're going to write drag. This one's also going to have an event. And for this one, we're going to write e.data transfer.set data. And then we're going to set this to text. And also event.target.id. So we're going to get the ID of our image here. And then the last one is going to be our drop function, and it's also going to have an event. And we're going to have 3 lines here. The first one, we're going to write e.prevent default, like in our allow drop function. And in the second one, we're creating a data variable, which is going to be set to event.data transfer.get data and then text. So we're basically getting the ID of our image or your element. And the last one, we're going to write event.target.append child. And then we're going to write document.query selector, or you can use the get element by ID. And we're just going to write data here. Actually, no, we do have to use it. So get element by ID. And now that our JavaScript is done, let's go back and make sure that it works. So if I click and hold, and hover my mouse over the second container and stop clicking, you can see that the API is working. And the pretty cool thing about it is that even if I hover here and then paste it here, you can see it's going to go to the center of the container. This is going to be for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, leave a comment down below if you have any video requests, and see you in the next video.